Today I'm going to be doing an update on my Pan and Everything update. I was meant to upload this in June and I just realised that I didn't actually post this or film it. So I'm doing it now. It's a little bit late, but I guess my next update will be a little less in time between now and then because I extended since my last one. So if you are unaware, this project is where I am aiming to hit pan on every single item I own that is panable, I guess. That is either a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter, or an eyeshadow. They're the only 4 categories I'm allowing in this. And if it's a palette, for example this, basically I'll randomly generate a number and then the eyeshadow I will work on, or the whatever number correlates to that, I will then work on in this project, if that makes any sense at all. So without further ado, let's get into my update. We're going to start from the oldest to the newest. So I have a feeling I started this, I think, in 2021 or maybe even in 2020. I actually honestly can't quite recall. Regardless, none of the items I am working on are from that far back. However, this is the blush that I'm working on. It's not a MAC blush, don't worry. This is a Lord & Berry blush in the shade Lotus. It's just in a MAC container. I, honest to God, thought I was going to hit pan in this last quarter, but I have not. I have been working on this blush since March 2022. Been over 2 years and we are still working and grinding on this one. So this is what we're looking at right now. So you can see the runes are so prominent, like it must be coming soon. I have thought this, I feel like, for like the last year. I feel like every update I've been saying, oh, it's gonna happen the next quarter, it's gonna happen. I'm here to say it has not yet happened. We are on 170 uses within this project trying to hit pan on this blush, and we have not yet got there. So let's see how long it's going to take. That doesn't even surprise me, because if you saw my Project 50 update, you'll have seen I'm also working on another blush that I've been working on for like 2 years, and I haven't finished that one either. However, with that one I have hit pan on, but this one still not hit pan on it. It's insane. I've not, well, to be fair, that blush in that project I'm working on every single day, and this one I'm picking up every few days, so it's always going to take longer time. It's always going to take a little bit longer for this one to hit pan because I'm not working on it every single time I'm wearing makeup like the other blush. But anyway, regardless, still not hit pan on this one. I would like to say it'll be happening in the next quarter, but I honestly can't tell you if it will or not because it hasn't happened yet. So 170 uses down. Let's see how many more uses. Let's see. Do you think I will hit pan on this by my 200th uses, or do you think I will go over my 200 uses? Okay, moving on to my next item, the bronzer I'm currently working on. This is the bronzer. This is my Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer in the shade Golden Days. It is obviously a baked bronzer, so this naturally will take longer to work through because it is a baked product and they are just, you know, a little bit harder to work on. Also added onto that, this was domed, and I mean, I guess it still is domed, but the top has started to like flatten out now a little bit. It's very difficult to kind of show on screen, but it has flattened a little bit. Not as far as having like a dip in the top yet, but we're getting somewhere slowly. So I rolled this in April 2023. And since then I have used this 62 times, and this is where we're at. So we've got a long way to go with this. I reckon we've got quite a few years left until I can even hit pan on this one. But honestly, real talk, how long it takes me to hit pan on blushes and bronzers, it won't surprise me if they take forever to work through. I feel like they are just the categories, as well as like highlighters, I guess, that just take the longest for me to hit pan on. I think I said recently that I've never actually finished an item that's a bronzer, blush or highlighter. If anything, I've always decluttered them before they've been finished. So yeah, this is going to be some new territory on me, trying to hit pan on these authentically, but also trying hard as well. Then in September 2023, so this has been in for less than a year, it'll be a year in a couple of months, has been my Belgian Waffle Beige Bronzer and Highlighter Palette from BH Cosmetics. We are working solely on powdered sugar, which is this shade down here, and the light shade down here. I mean, it's quite obvious. It's the only one that's had like the most disturbance in the pan. We have no like dip as of yet, and I feel like we've got still a long way to go. It looks like I barely touched the surface with this. So I rolled this in September 2023, and I've used it 34 times. So yeah, we'll see how we got on with this one. Again, I think this is going to take me a long time to hit pan on. So the only category that I've had movement on in the past couple of months, few months, has been my eyeshadows. The first one was from my Sleek palette. This is my Sleek Au Naturel palette, one of my favourites actually. One of my OG eyeshadow palettes, not gonna lie, one of my first ones I got. I worked on Mineral Earth, which is this shade down here. And as you can see, we have hit pan on it. I used this pretty much solely as an eyeliner towards the end, so that's why it's so like a small dip rather than like a more big dip like this, you know, or this one. So I used this 17 times, and I rolled it in March 2024, and I rolled it out again in May 2024. So it's only in here for a couple of months. So okay, this is the one that's exciting. So this actually only happened literally today, like 10 minutes ago. Before I started filming this video, I was doing my makeup. I used my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, which I've had rolled into this project since May. I've used it 31 times, and today I'm very excited to say we did hit pan on it. And I was not planning this to happen at all. I'm surprised. So I can't really show this palette very well because all the glue has fallen off these, so it doesn't really suit me holding it up very well, but I'm going to try my hardest without them all falling out. So I worked on Pistol, which is this shade here. There we go. And you can kind of see there is a tiny pan in this shade here. So this took me 31 uses, and I'm delighted to say I have rolled this out as of literally 10 minutes ago. So I have gone ahead and already picked the next eyeshadow I'm going to work on. So the next palette in my list, so I'm doing this in order of how old my palettes and things are. So I've got the whole list in front of me. And then my next palette on the list is this one. It is my MUA Poptastic palette, which I've had in a couple of different products before, I feel like. So you may have seen this around here and there. And I rolled a number between 1 and 11 because this shade is already hit pan on, so that's no longer allowed in this challenge. So I did roll 1 to 11, and the number that came out was number 11. So I'm going to be working on this blue shade. This is very different to usual, as I'm usually midway through working a product before I do my updates. So the fact that this has happened on the actual day of the update happening is pretty cool. So that is what we're going to be working on over the next couple of months. So going forward, these are the 4 items. Oh, I just turned my Mac on by accident. These are the 4 items that I'm going to work on throughout the next quarter. Let's see what progress I can make. If anything, I mean, I want to say it. I really hope I'm going to hit pan on this one because I would like to work on a different blush, please. Please work on a different blush. I feel like I'm definitely probably going to hit pan on this one before the end of this quarter as well because it already has got like a dip in it. So I feel like we're already midway there. Also, it's a shimmer shade, so they tend to also kind of go down a little bit quicker than a matte shade. So we will see how we go with that one. Okay, and then finally, usually as part of these updates, I also include bonus pans or pans that I have reached in different projects as part of this as well as like natural pans that just happen from me using items just casually. So this quarter, I don't know what's happened, but I've been very slow and I haven't really had much that's happened. And I'm guessing that's why I didn't film this in June, because I didn't really have much to kind of share. So the only item I panned elsewise in my collection has been my Pure Soiree Diaries palette, and this is because it's in my pan palette. I think I've already done my update on this one, but I panned this shade here, what's it called? Private Party. I panned this one in, was it in June or was it earlier than that? I can't quite remember. Anyway, I did hit pan on this one, so I mean that's not a surprise. This is part of my pan palette, so I am expecting pans to happen on this one a little bit quicker, as I am picking on this one every single day instead of like every few days like I am with a lot of my different stuff. So there we go, that is my short and sweet update. Still enjoying this project. I still have so many items to get through in this project. It's absolutely insane. So far in this project, I'm just going to mention it, I think I've finished like 13 items or around that number, and I've got so many more to come. We're not even halfway through this challenge. We've got a lot of other eyeshadows. I mean, we're nowhere near halfway through the highlighters, bronzers and blushes, and I don't think we're even a quarter way through my eyeshadows. So, alright, my eyeshadow palettes, items, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna leave you guys here for now. Let's see in the next quarter, next couple of months, how I go from here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.